Greetings there everyone, my name is Rory, and welcome to another episode on Rory's Survival Series. Today's focus is going to be this big basement. I am super excited to work on this because I've got a lot of fun things planned. Now there's a couple of things to note. First off, when you get a certain distance away from the actual chests, they disappear. Here, I'll just fly over them in a weird way. And then you look down there, chests are gone, all this ugly stone is released on the back. I need to make a big box for the item sorter and make it look really good. I think having the soul soil as like the basis for a lot of the redstone components, I think that looks really good. I just need to get rid of the stone. And I think I know how I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to make a big red mangrove box. And that's a very good thing, because I have a bunch of mangrove. I went to the mangrove swamp, which is 20,000 blocks away, and I got a whole bunch of mud. I got a whole bunch of muddy mangrove roots. I got a whole bunch of mangrove moss, mangrove propagules, a little bit of stripped mangrove log from like me making mistakes. It's great. And then the other important thing to note for this episode is there's an issue with the trunk of the tree as I built it like 5 years ago. The roots dig directly into the ground. They need to branch outward. So I need to do a little bit of demolition on that. And then the roots themselves are going to make their way to the edge of this to the edge of this big circle. And then I'm going to have all this space in here for super cool things that you will see later in the video. But yeah, we're going to start off by working on the item sorter. This over here is the overflow chamber. This entrance is not very intuitive, so I think I am going to put the super smelter in here, just have like an access point for it, like say here, and then the rest of this, I will take these two chests away and out, and then I will fill in this missing chest right here, because this is where I was originally going to put the super smelter, but it occurred to me I'm probably going to want to have all the stuff close to itself. And then we'll have one less item to have sorted, which I'm kind of full. I mean, I've kind of reached the limits of like cool things in Minecraft to have. I think planks would be useful to have, but I didn't want to have a million variants of everything. And of course, there's the mob proofing. We need to do some mob proofing. I think we should do that. In any case, hunker down, guys. We're gonna have a big. In any case, I'm just going to get started on the sorter. I will see you in a little bit. Enjoy the time lapse. I did it again. I made more work for myself. I was originally going to do just like a nice mangrove box for the item sorter, but the thing is, I decided, you know what? Let's modify this and make it so that it has like a cool wall, like with a gradient, and that means I have to get access to a whole bunch of other blocks, especially because this is so huge. I mean, it was originally going to be hugging it just really, really close, but I ended up making room for supports, and it's just like each block you go out, like the number of blocks you need to actually have to make the wall increases dramatically. Okay. Alright, so the idea for this is to just be a big opening in the ground, so having this being super textured is not at all necessary. We just need this upper portion right here to be exposed, and then it just opens up into the actual item sorter, and then that's like the all aspect of it. All of this other stuff is just completely unnecessary. What is, however, necessary is putting some sort of red block, some sort of pretty something here underneath where the chests are, so that it's just not stone. And I've done that for the most part with a lot of textures. Let's take a look at this from a distance. Okay, there we go. What else needs done? To be honest, not much, because I need to fill in these areas right here. Yeah. I just need to fill some of this in, and it really does not require that big of a deal. Okay, we're good. Yeah, literally all I need to do is make a bit of a wall that goes up and about here, and then just goes all the way around. Because once these chests are out of the way, there's really not much needed. And then just do this anything like that, and then the bottom of these can be like so. Yeah, this will take no time at all. So I've been busy. I've been making the super smelter for my farm, and I wanted to have an automatic fuel source of bamboo. But of course, this bamboo farm isn't quite keeping up with this. And this little super smelter right here, the way it works is as soon as items propagate to the end here, then the items go down into the furnace. But the thing is, this thing right here only gives about 3 bamboo at a time, which means only these 3 things over here are getting good. Are getting bamboo. So my main thing that I gotta figure out is how do I make it so that the system waits for, say, this hopper to be completely full before distributing the items. I think that's a reasonable redstone circuitry, but I just don't know how to do it. So we're gonna figure that out. Okay, update. I don't seem to be finding a tutorial for it, except AI seems to want to be able to do redstone. I guess AI can do redstone now. This is very helpful for me. I hope I can actually get a circuit that works. Stupid. It's smelting. It's smelting. By the way, this is all going to be just like in the background stuff that you're never going to actually see. That's why I'm making no effort whatsoever to make this look at all good. Well, this AI thing is not working. I'm maybe not going to use the Google AI. That one does not work very well. Okay, so theoretically, this circuit I designed all by myself without the help of useless AI should work. So if this happens, we just let this fill up, right? So no items are passing through right now. So let's see, we need more bamboo. Boom. Not on, and boom. And then this starts to flow through. And then theoretically, so long as this hopper has any items in it, this one will continue to make it flow through. So it's like a hopper latch. Or maybe a latch isn't the right word. But in any case, this simple enough circuit seems to be working. Now it's time to see if this thing works. I had, what, 3 stacks? We'll just let this go through. Okay, this thing should turn back on again and relock. Yeah! No, this is a working circuit. If I were a genius, it would probably be way more compact, but I'm not a genius, so this is what we got. Now the issue is, where can I find space for this stupid thing? Where does that come from, I wonder? Okay, so I've moved the stop and collection area over here. Now I need to pick one of these hoppers. We're gonna save this hopper right here, and we're going to make that itty-bitty circuit that was actually not that itty-bitty, it was kind of bulky, but we're gonna make that circuit properly right here. Okay, theoretically this does the trick. So let's redeploy our buddy right here, Mr. Minecart Hopper. Let's give him some goodies. We'll give him these. Actually, we need a full 3 stacks. So let's run this one last time and see if there's anything that needs fixed. And I grabbed the items. Now let's move over here to our observation area. And let's see if this thing works. Hey, it stopped! And now it's unloading all of our beautiful stuff. And then you over here are also theoretically getting filled up. This seems to be working so far. Now it takes a couple stacks of items for this thing to actually work. So that's a lot of bamboo. So theoretically, in about, like, I don't know, a minute and a half, we'll know for sure whether or not this is working. In the meantime, let's take out all of the things that are brokies in here. We're just going to do some maintenance while we wait for this to work, because we don't want all these materials in here that don't belong in here. What was that sound? Hey, this thing's working. Aside from that one little boo-boo I made, it works perfectly fine. This whole thing's firing. This thing works as well. I think I fixed my issue, which makes me feel really good. I designed something today. I designed a redstone circuitry that works kind of okay and is only very ugly. With that done, I need to find my stuff. Oh, this is my output. This is the stuff it gave me. Okay, now all we gotta do is cover this up. There. Now that's less inconspicuous. So this is my super smelter right here. Just these two chests and that very suspicious hopper. Now there is another redstone circuit I'm going to design today. Yes, I'm going to be designing multiple really cool redstone circuits today. I am actually going to add a filter to my item sorter that pulls all of my wonderful, lovely, like half slabs, and it's going to pull it up because every time I put a half slab of cobblestone in here, this whole thing breaks, and it's been really frustrating having to fix over and over again. So I'm going to create a redstone circuitry to fix it. And yes, I'm aware we need to mob-proof. We'll get to that. And because I fought a zombie, I'm on fire now. We love fire aspect. It's the best. There's a couple ways I can put it. I think I'm just going to quite simply put it like in a spot that I don't have a lot of other cool build stuff to interact with it and make it like super cluttered. So I'm just going to make the circuitry like so. Yep, something's working. That's working. Did that mean that my items are... Yes! Cool. So hopefully this thing won't break as often, or at least not for that reason anymore. So that's good. That's good. We fix up that little hole in the wall. Okay, we're making progress. Here the furnace. Does that work? Yes. Items should be appearing here anytime. Yes! I'm getting my iron! I have a super smelter! So I don't ever need to smelt raw iron for anything ever again because I have an iron farm and that comes smelted. But yeah, look! This is awesome! This is awesome, guys. Look, we have our super smelter here. We have our big overflow chamber in here. Somewhere I need to put the actual crafting benches and stuff. But for the time being, I got this. Dude, look at how awesome that looks. This looks so cool. Oops. Did I soft lock myself? Hold on. This is supposed to be the part that nobody's ever going to go into. I think I've successfully blocked this off on most accounts. Now there's one last thing to do for the storage system before we finish it up, and that is to fill in these three corners with stuff. Now filling in these three corners is incredibly trivial, so I'm also going to segue into the next part, which is the big demolition that I need to do for this base. So, as you can see, with the trunk of the tree, the roots grow directly downward. That is a mistake. They need to be branching outward. So from here all the way around, I need to do a big demolition and get rid of all that. And then I'm also going to take this basement, I'm going to lower it down maybe 3 or 4 blocks, just so that this item sorter can be a little bit elevated. So guys, I'm about to get doing on that, so enjoy watching me do that. Well, I did it. I destroyed it. And I think this will look just fine by the time we actually get all the branches out to where they need to be. Though I may have to do some additional terraforming out here. By the way, I don't know what this is or why I have it. I have a row of sweet berry bushes for, like, no reason. But in any case, I do need to get around to building this, and it's going to be a very long process. And I'm both excited to start and also, like, scared to start, if you know what I mean. Because, like, this is gonna get, like, really, really crazy really, really fast. And you know what? There's a beauty to that. But at the same time, it is a little daunting. Because, like, there's a lot of dynamics that are gonna go into this build. For example, these, like, little roots are gonna branch all the way out. And then we're gonna have, like, this big, like, star shape looking in from the top. And then I have to dig out on the underneath, do some terraforming. And then I need to figure out what floor do I make? What shape do I put the floor? I know I have a general idea of what I want, but like there's just like so much build in this that, like, I mean, it's daunting, but I'm excited. I think it's gonna look really good when it's done. I just gotta get going. In any case, this is gonna be the biggest time lapse of the episode, so I'm excited. Are you excited? Let's do this. Well, I've had one of the most productive days I've ever had in Minecraft. As you can see, I got all of these roots done. If you go, they go all the way around. I noticed when I started here, I wasn't really super good about it, but then as soon as I got to, like, this section, they got way better, way faster. So I'm excited. And then, of course, that leaves the inside. There's many things that need to be done to make this look completely good. I almost died. But yeah, we have some very interesting geometry due to the nature of the roots being completely hollow. I may actually oh, come on. Yeah, so we have some interesting geometry. I think it will look really, really good once I incorporate some natural light sources into it. I have an idea for that. Now, of course, the main part is getting the interior of this decorated, which is definitely no small feat. I got the roots done in about a day and a half worth of work, that the day being today and a half day being yesterday. And I think it's going really, really well. I think I'm on track to complete this episode. But there's still a whole lot that needs to be done. We need to make this entire area under here terraformed, and then we need to make the ugly stone walls disappear. And then, of course, we need to have the item sorter be separate and well incorporated into the build. We need to get all of this, like, these guts completely taken care of. And then, of course, there is the actual, like, decoration and all that. But in general, what I want to do is I want to have an underground ecosystem here with a bunch of really interesting root-like, think glowing cave in Minecraft. I want something akin to that, except we're going to be using a lot more mud and darker colors, and we're going to have, it's going to be like super moody in here. We're going to have bees floating around, going all over the place, and then of course I'm going to have methods of collecting honey, because we are going to need honey blocks for something coming up in later episodes. And then I need to have like little trees and foliage and all that. We need the walls of this to be completely taken care of. I'm okay with having dirt. I'm not okay with stone. the stone and the granite and the diorite and the andesite, those are just a no-no. We're definitely not doing anything to... We're definitely not going to have anything to do with sand or anything like that. We're going to have brown, and we're going to have like this dark, colorful gray, and all sorts of stuff. So it's going to be a really, really interesting time-lapse. I myself don't know exactly how it's going to end up looking, but I am looking forward to it very much. So guys, enjoy yet another super cool time-lapse. Well, I had to finish off the next day with another yet super productive episode. Look at this! I have absolutely so much done, and it looks so good. The only thing I'm a little concerned about is like these weird root things, but they were the most creative, quickest solution I could find to my lighting problem. But honestly, I think they do give it a little bit of character. I was originally going to make the outer layer right here be water, but then I realized I would never be able to see the water because you're down below the thing. So I instead added like a second layer of moss all around. I have 3 little pools with an axolotl in them that just give this spot like a little bit of life. I'm going to need to breed some more axolotl, but here's one of them. Right here, you got one of these cute little pools. We have the firefly bushes for some ambient particle effect. I really, really like this. All in all, I think this is a really impressive build. I don't know if I'm tooting my own horn, but I think, you know, maybe this is Hermitcraft worthy. What do you think, guys? Do you guys think this is Hermitcraft worthy? I hope so. Maybe. Perhaps. Okay. Well, that's all I had for the episode. I had to make the basement. And I've effectively made the basement. It's all, for the most part, done. At some point, I need to bring this little spiral staircase down somewhere. But I might even remove it entirely, because, quite honestly, flying my way around is, I think, a perfectly reasonable way of going about things. I could also potentially move the nether portal to somewhere, say, like right here, but we'll worry about some of those other things in another episode as we prepare for some even more cool stuff. So guys, I will see you in the next video. I hope you tune in. I'll see ya. Have a good day.